ano yede ema anope. Good morning.
Good morning, Maestro. I'm in fact with Fidelis Sunamintia Ghana phone and the Bobia Fisher, especially multimedia group.
Afe enkometu yen yeda sepa se anope ahobrase kwan so wagye so na also oni yen eso kasa. In fact was see di kan kra ebo waba so pa de ode yes samates aye last year mu wura mu wo Africa single handedly kwan afa so a team no ekuru mu Africa ene ene munyama team no ede ba o man Ghana mu ha no was see gina kwanya so na yede abaso bokese pa enso ede ma
That's it.
Me sure say wo hu yede
Oh, Nankupado, Matia Sorano, not just say,
yeah, Danyamias. Yeah, share the year under a year review this whole year 2024 and in your ma akoso away in sports, more especially in our football. As the president of FC Samates 1996, you can say, you highlight be a year positive, any be a year negative going forward. There was a year different, the free Bakum you be now, Bekai, now what me I share with us.
Maestro, me that's it. I'm saying, question your Busa media. Yeah, Freddy saying, yes, it is Sankasa. I'm saying, we share the year 2024. Normally, on say football and season. And we share the whole year from July to December. It runs from one season to other. And make me something about the 2024-2025 season because we share up to June the breaking league, now a part of still 2023. And basically, we'll put two together. I would say it hasn't been a bad year, especially looking at the Premier League, and especially for me. It was an outstanding year, especially for Samatex 1996, having won the Ghana Premier for the first time. On the other hand, what I think still to be done in terms of the game is locally, the infrastructure is still far below standard. Most of the infrastructure now, the ball game no, and yet, you know, the best by the boy. Yet we improve your stadiums, especially the pitch. And again, Osha, your football, or the tour amount on the day is becoming much more scientific. It changes technology, and I share almost stadium crumpa now or more share replay. And then there are so many things which are coming into the field of football or into this industry. And I think for more as a Maya, we are happy, especially in the Africa, Korea, or Morocco. Now she's sending more infrastructure in terms of the football industry. No wonder they are doing very well. And all the same, the positives are we know what we have to do. If you see this year, teams are mobile back into the Premier League from first division. They are doing so well. So there are a lot of positives. We share the effort that the FA is doing to resource most of the junior teams, especially second division, first division, how they are resourcing the RFs. There is still an effort,
Asempa
something positive to clinch on. But be brain once a day in terms of Donibeka's deficit, or we are deficient in so many areas, especially the technology, infrastructure, upgrading our coaches. Game no corner, like I earlier said, are very scientific. There has to be regular capacity building exposure for our coaches. Your coaches see Bebre or license, but how many refresher courses are we giving them?
Okay.
To upgrade their knowledge in this industry. We have to build a lot of capacity in this area. And Sana, so you say you meet the standard now, the team.
Very well. But in terms of national teams in competitions, I have bono. this season. And also, Ubeka saying very disappointing season for us because Yentimi unqualify for Morocco 2025. And Rakra Yebo a Chan qualify Yeni Nigeria Muso Ayedin. Oshe national team engagement in Swa. It is a amount.
You must true. I'm say MD can I see how the Yayebi. But your national teams, I think everybody knows. We obey public knowledge.
Asempa FM.
Your national teams in here reforms. And when I mean reforms, it means we have to start from the lower tier. We have to make sure that we are keeping the boys together. What kind of policies I bet me introduce that we can keep a local team here together. Send it after this tournament. Whether we qualify, we don't qualify, what happens to this team? These are the things that we have to be thinking about. And the national teams in India, and so far the women's league, women's teams now almost there, we are there.
Yeah.
But never we haven't done anything good. And I'm sure the FA school committee, they are working on it. And let's give them time to reform our national.
Because they say, young qualify for AFCON, the next header, the World Cup. A man for Phil say head coach Otuado will need that capacity even to help us qualify for the World Cup. Minim your opinion, whether say the amount for Kano, Yenya no Kwan Manonko, and I see a man in Tinaho, na ye manatana Muabena, Ibitim dia Buano, ama yen qualification to the World Cup, no, I possible.
Asempa FM.
Vice Chair, I'm not part of the decision-making body. The coach. I'm not even part of it who went to hire him. It will be very difficult for me to say Yempamono and not my Yempamono because I'm not even part of the Black Star management. However, from a Ghanaian point of view and a football enthusiast, the American is if there is anything to make sure that we can beef up our technical bench, I think it will help. Meaning that he himself can be resourced very well, or we can get people to help him. I think that is the only thing that I see. We need to vary our technical game. I mean, basically, I think because we feel the same, we didn't get results. So it's either we resource them again, bring an external person to help them, because it's also always good to keep up a team. We cannot always be changing our technical bench. Until for continuity and for institutional memory, we can still keep them and then probably do what like we did during the World Cup. We bring probably a technical director to help them. Somebody who has a very much longer experience in the game.
Because I'm forecast for the last 5 years, 5 coaches now appointed as a federation. I'm feel say there be a more appointment and home for one issue. I'm for call for the head of the federation. Say more appointment and then found for so be a madia. Then it is time say be a crowd resigning and I say ye pamo a free a federation hormone. And also for the appointment, who is saying?
That's true. We all saw the criteria.
Asempa FM.
The appointee, a Black Star head coach. We all read. But what I'm not privy to is how he was selected. It is very difficult for me to comment. But I think Otuado is our own. And he's played the national team before. He knows the terrain very well. He's done well for himself as a person, I have to be very frank. But it is very difficult for me to comment because I don't know what goes into the selection itself. And I don't think the head of the FA will do something that will hurt Ghanaians because Yenyen himself, the only time that we are together as Ghanaians is when the Black Star is playing. If anybody who selects a team for Black Star or the technical team should be thinking about Ghanaians rather than thinking about Onohan Kasako. And I don't think Mr. Ketoka could be thinking about himself. With his long experience in the FA before he even became the president, I think he knows very well the expectations of Ghanaians. I'm sure, say, definitely.
Dog, but who the major stakeholder in our game? Yeah, Frey and Black Stars players, mo ba na yeah boy be a Ghana Sudan, e be a Ghana Niger, now to TV now we share. A man for say yeah players no commitment level no. Ba Ghana ha and said the de ma clubs no Europe. What the TV now we share Black Stars players performance. Who is a commitment level? I am not saying so any and also face a form compared to their clubs in Europe.
Asempa
Oh,
FM.
that's true. It's been inconsistent. I mean, sometimes performance no was true. Ultimately said, yeah, very committed. But Drew by being so ultimately commitment in our form. So they have been very, very inconsistent in the last 5 years. And right now, Semenyo, he scored a very nice goal against Manchester United. But that's very difficult also to compare because the players around them in Europe, no, and yet the same players around them here. And the game plan also yet the same. But like you rightly said, sometimes some of the body language shows you say, okay, you're friendly the ball. But you can't also blame them because they have also complained about the quality of our pitches.
Okay.
We all know so most of them come and they go back with injuries, which affect their personal career. It goes in hand, says, normal year. We have to put everything holistic. It didn't mean only one side. It go together as a package. How do we even sack them up before the born national team? No, when they are going to play for their national team, it's like those times war. They are so motivated to do it, and we've seen the ex-Black Star players how motivated they were when they wore the national team jersey. And your kind of again, but no man's
Asempa FM.
So I think it's got to do much more with how we sack them up. We make sure that anyone because when you are playing for your country, it's not about money, it's not about the coach, it's not about the every president. It's you being a hero and dying for your country.
Very well, very well. Because the last year call up 2 and suffered 25 players, about 7 or 8 of them and they rejected a national team call up. You say national team no, and you lucrative beam and you attractive beam because Kai Emrebia a Chamu Black Stars he pass here be free Ubiso Mebo Black Stars or be rejected and so because Minanko Komiya Yantimema and you lucrative beam
that would be a difficult question for me to answer because
Asempa
I'm not
FM.
a Black Management Committee member. I've never interacted with these players. And to say something, they bomi trimunaka. They have been personally bomi trimakas.
But baby, I tell you who said Black Stars are attractive.
Oh, they share Ghana Premier League players here. Most of them want to don the national team jersey. So I only said Miami player
Asempa FM.
Okobobi.
Yeah, Afo,
so
yeah.
motivated. He was called up also in a small playing time, but he's so motivated. Oshe Rata same thing. He was so motivated. After that, do any interviews. So our local players are really motivated to play, and they are the people that I'm closer to.
Very well.
One day we need that call up.
Now the inclusion of the local boys, and also be a very topic after Black Stars failing to qualify for the AFCON 2025. A man for CM building the Black Stars around the local boys. And share local boys performance. A man for so raise the question say building the Black Stars around the local boys. No, ebiana amfa so papa bia ama. O share local boys ne performance any debate among for CM form near the core of the Black Stars now. And also Obeka wadune sen wo ho.
Maestro, it comes back to the capacity building. Your local boys came for the training. It's the same coach Yamo has
Asempa
few of them
FM.
have had the opportunity of going for trials outside. So when you compare the facilities outside, when you compare the knowledge, the capacity outside in this industry, I think we can only do ourselves a favor. Say the person boys live up to expectation. Then we have to upgrade the knowledge or the capacity of our coaches, of our local coaches. We need better pitches to play on. We need better technology. The game has become scientific. We need so many things. And you been tackle one side when you enjoy one side. When you put in garbage, you get garbage out.
Yeah.
Asempa FM.
Your local players, you're building the Black Star around them. Perfect. Good idea. We can start gradually. We can give ourselves a time, 2, 3, 4 years. But then something has to be going. They have to be playing international matches. They need exposure. We have to put a plan in place. We have to make a conscious effort to make sure that they can match their contemporaries outside.
But Doc, Mr. Clubs, again, I'm more year right regarding training of our coaches because more clubs, more FA coach now. When you say we license A, near Fano, ebi obetna summer test be a 5 years, 6 years, refresher course be a Emma. As you as clubs, again, I'm more year dear abua club coaches no. I'm more medicine and timia course na impact na ba mo players are all training no.
Your maestro, clubs, you know, be tosini. Most of the time, currently, is the coaches themselves who are very ambitious. They are learning at home. And never only internet, artificial intelligence. When you go on the net, it will show you so many things. However, what some of us are doing are training people who are good videographers. I'll make me analyze the games, I'm a coaches, because most of them are more training courses. All these things were not in place. But these are things, especially analyzing opponents, profiling players. Make me visualize the President magic board can be used by net. There is a video analyst of best stop at the boys. The coaches are also upgrading their knowledge in the game through that videography. So we have Okobia technical bench in most of this Ghana Premier. Everybody has a video analyst. It's coaches, also in improving their knowledge in the game. However, on a long to medium term, I think these are things that we are going to discuss at Congress. How can we make sure that we can build collaboration with other football countries? Other FAs who have the facilities, who have the knowledge, so that everything license A and B coaches maybe are called for refresher courses outside.
Very well, very well. But very well. Dog, say, Samates, and you may saying Samates, I nim G League last season now, Core Africa. Emma and Yoma Equa this season, you started league, you who Samates will baby. I say, and Yomamu Ayadin, Ediama, Samates. Emma Nano Cramo head coaching, so Mojana Quine Amana Qua, just say Mu Ayadin 10th on the league log now. Samates, and Yoma Equa saying,
I am not sure, and this year, this season hasn't been a good season for us. It hasn't been a good season for us at all. We've had a lot of injuries, and injuries also have been long term. Most of the players are feeling no more recover. Secondly, we have a completely new team as compared to last season. Boys need to be record. So we have younger boys no more. They are now adapting, and then thirdly. I think we have also to lift up our game technically. So that is what we are doing. We realize that we have certain technical deficiencies, and we are putting measures come next week in the second round to make sure that the beer you deserve when we can be there.
Technical deficiencies, coach, ya na J League, mamu.
No correct. I said, and also say one coach can stay in a team for so many years.
Now, President, Matthias here. Now, Dabeni, if you said you're turning well for you, and with regards to events or say soon, so updated to say what's our play on.
So let's say we are hoping, sir, things will turn out definitely in the second round. We are making some changes, like you rightly said, on our technical bench. We are making so many reforms henceforth. Enti Nyankopon boya you see changes in Summer SFC. The five map concerning about the same 3 days ago Krana ne was starting a friend is a gym for the first time.
Asempa FM.
Still under rehab. He hasn't kicked the ball yet. He's going to go through this rehabilitation for about 6 weeks. After that, he'll be to me depending on his body and the doctor.
Okay.
You know, or your beach work, or your gym, or your beach work. That's what he's doing this week for the first time.
Okay. Dog, you say why you chair because of the corporate nature of baby our own team. Me say capacity ne so. I mean, me say enche kra ne ma betene well for a year medium. In fact, some test. I'm for cassette now. No Africa mo call you know. It draining mo pa. I know na ma as a mo motivation about from ama mo performance questions about how this season. No kre.
Oh, South Africa, I wouldn't say who will be our club. Nobody's benefit has been cut down. We are doing what we are supposed to do as a normal club. Because Africa, we all know the current economy of the country. We are not friends for any other club. But that's not it. I think always a club goes down. So many clubs. Fire company by Liverpool. They were also creating like normal and create someone. Now I like to use them as an example because you're the only team fire company Manchester City. We are not serious.
Yeah.
We are different. But it's just a small dip. And I promise our fans that we will bounce back. Yes, we will bounce back. But in Africa, almost said we had to single-handedly sponsor ourselves. Africa. Probably some of our infrastructure in moment delay according to our plan. But it is not going to affect
Asempa FM.
Performance.
And it's still the objective set this season, you know, Nanka Mobetimi I retain and I say maintaining the top slot of our league, still intact. I'm office I'm moving me at Danemo. I'm a second round near Massey Sam G League. No.
Oh, my friend, the only uncle Ponsem. They say man proposes, God approve.
Yeah.
And the only uncle Ponsem, because G League now, but I want to assure our fans to say we will turn things around and make sure that our home still becomes a fortress.
Now, window opinion, I'm sure some mobile augmented team kakra, mobile top players kakra, ba community san e be fra de wono.
Definitely, but the new head coach is now coming, and he has studied the team already. He knows what he wants. Hopefully, he should be in come back Tuesday or Wednesday. The unknown technical team they be decided. It will be very premature.
Asempa FM.
They have their plans, and definitely after March the 17th, they'll present their report to the board. So here will be people know, but I'm sure that they are quite proactive. They are working, but it hasn't come to my table.
Okay. Dog, until when the new head coach of summer test, that enviable position, why na mode man?
Oh, my sure. About touch it down Wednesday. About Nyankasa,
Oye, Ghana ni anasa mo dini free baby neighbor.
Ghana nipa, but no, comply the trade outside.
Dog, any kamidi kakra. I'm saying me referee say nipa no kamidi.
But so they all mark Papa B. I mean, say be joke kakra be joke. Papa B na you see the police station. And there's so money din, and also money din that. I feel more house in make a comment and me mommy did that. And you been happy for the end. I said, it's better than the
hey, a man for tell my so muti pa. I said, Nipani dinner, I escape me to have been cow kaimia.
Oh, my sure. Wednesday, near home come on. Wednesday, friend me. When you can for Bruja.
Okay, Martin. Doc, but this issue of who becomes our next Minister of Youth and Sports, no, about in the circle, pa, yasha see di hun komo because unse idanu ye to abawi no, neoma sesa kakra ye benya anase enya a president elect John Dramani Mahama, and he definitely oba appointment beba so in the arena of sports, no, ye hwe obi or what the driver ebe boa sports no amana timi etumpon. My misa was a major stakeholder. We interest pa wo hemfa why now feel say o babe gisa di brena obetimi aboa a drive yen ama yen sports no timi nya ne tampa de fra.
That's true. Especially here with the Americans America, his presidency cabinet home. First committee. And where they post in Ruho. But I don't know the names that have come up. I only say have an interest in this industry, all right, but and I'm most of the time focusing on my job, my core business. I don't know names that have come up. If you could help me with names that have come up, I think probably I can know some more.
Well, a man for say Benunu Mensa din PM dada, be say Herbert Mensa so edin PM, be say Dr. Fred Awal, and so edin PM, just say edin bebrina na ninamu. But candidate Ben office, oh they say nye din krana, nipa suben and officer sa ministry near the manner ebeboyen.
In fact, that person should have been in the game before. That is one of my criteria. Be somebody who has known our football before. And the person should also be somebody who has a very wide net, in terms of corporate. He should have some business. I have to be very frank, and should be a sports enthusiast. Exactly. Also, normally, I'm in person. You barely meet Minister for Youth and Sports, to only football.
Okay.
It should cut across, especially somebody who has youth development. Exactly, because the Ministry for Youth and Sports, spread it is very, very big. Our share, I know, paramedic, Olympics for you, Omoko, Olympic Games, and there are so many things which are going wrong apart from the football itself. So we need somebody who can really transform this whole ministry.
Oh, okay. Dog, where you question we are no way na mekai coach ni dino. Christopher Enina, ana. Sasa.
Oh, Christopher Enin. Me ada also about some sex ana. And you have 5 years on never.
But said Emma table to ground on sign DBS.
We are sure that the carry this. Just let me refer. Me call officer and then
no okay. Christopher Enin, formerly Brekum Chelsea. Ana.
Me
Ko na metra ana.
Me just say me ko check because it didn't do so. Bako crime said do for peace. Omo do so. Me check.
Na dog somebody can ba ko awie na de dog so de ba ko na wa stamp so na yepe.
Oh, and me call officer and I'm afraid what check. Me person made mistake.
But then Christopher.
I can't be sure about it. You say me draw no much.
Okay. And other man no pe draw ansa na best afre na ya didi na. Tipa. And na dog president elect John Dramani Mahama na ya to aba ediamano a wo be hwe oman no so na bibia atumi akoye onye opportunity one-on-one with him regarding sports development and some ben na wo be ka che no anase neoma be ennan be na wo de betu nanim se oba na o manani ekuhu a ebeboa na aboa mo major stakeholders no in our game na ama sports na atumi develop anase football na develop obetumi ahye
I think the room was not built in the city. And for 4 years, there is little that he can do. Oh yes, the liberty, yeah, especially when it has also only one term.
Asempa FM.
I think we need reforms, as I said it down, and it has to start with our infrastructure. And then what would you say National Stadium, which is also under the Ministry of Youth and Sports. You know, it's very bad. So I think if there is anything that has to be done, it's the renovation or the
Asempa FM.
or the upgrade of our national stadium, because that is our national pride. But there is still a lot to be done, and it's in a continuous. Almost so that these same players, when they can be proud about the career of their moment. And then the FA will need a lot of assistance. Your league, yeah, when it's in your head, I think the president can just decide or must certain tax waivers to certain companies to make sure that they able to support our league.
Asempa
I'm
FM.
just $30 million now about president-elect Mahama Kase. Me pese sa company with more certain tax waiver. Namodi why a local league. It's easy to raise 20-30 million if there is that political commitment to do it and that conscious AGI. They can contact AGI and companies who are willing to do that, so that they can also get benefits back. I think when we have that, and then to help upgrade our coaches, so build their capacity, we can bring people from outside. You know, I think the Moroccan president King has done that before. He brought people from outside
Asempa
to bring their
FM.
locals. When you bring the best of people to back to Ghana, it helps a lot. And then also to make sure that interacting with the sports fraternity, whether it is boxing, whether it is golf, whether it is all the sporting disciplines, there has to be a time that
Asempa FM.
the president or the ministers have there are a town hall meeting with them directly. I know not through the minister, but the president himself can have a direct contact with them. Sometimes that will encourage them a lot. When they be a match, be an competition, be now a president. But if there is a plan, that conscious effort, because sports is the backbone of every country, especially the youth. When they are motivated, who say, find your interest in their career, in the government, the number of fast footers are almost every year. But it has to be that continuation, you know, where we don't deviate. And yes,
Asempa FM.
something different from what has already been started. Your cool football, no, we have to start it. We have to do it very well. And I think not always just talking, but making sure that there is a conscious effort. Na yanso amanfo no so yenya abotrema yempanyimfo no. Whether you FA executives no, yenya kwamo na so that they're able to implement most of this, because most of the times because of the varied interest. I think the time that we should all come together. When we don't come together as football people, we will never
Very well, very well, very well. But dog, President-elect was social contract with the people of Ghana. Say onya etina kunya so 120 days pay, and you maybe be horma obeye for more especially 10% levy on betting winnings. You know, ama youth no any agi ho pa. Officers are 10% ye free horma ebeboa youth no regarding sports betting winnings. No?
Maestro, very difficult question to answer because we have betting meaning bukra.
Asempa FM.
Legalize cocaine. Cocaine. It's very difficult for me to comment about it because me name betting on how it even goes.
Okay. Man, yeah, we didn't answer the amount you to know keke, but we need money there. Make the best spell on our feet. To me, moving on. But President, this season, yeah, ball league without a sponsor, a title sponsor, media sponsor, and so in this one, I say broadcast sponsor, and so. Quite best on the first one, affect more as stakeholders and as managers of more clubs. No.
Asempa
In the
FM.
first place, one patronage conform. Because when the airlines they are not TV broadcasting. Emma patronage conform. And then it brings the publicity of the whole league also low. Because look at the media mileage, headline sport as well as TV broadcast. So a lot of people will be watching. So media mileage also. Now sometimes the ball cry, we must say about Saturday, Sunday. The publicity around it very, very. And definitely affect here. We know eventually those things affect the motivation of the players themselves. And imagine if there was a headline sponsor, the players would be much more motivated. And then the publicity also goes. It's really affecting us.
Okay. Chairman, what the whole MTN FA Cup?
There be a year.
Yeah, you are from. That's this year. Yeah, here some test cup will be anywhere. I'm you.
And the best young coupons. We wait after match the 34.
Now, summer boy, Ranty and the Maba who supported him. No many EJDS say patronage net is saying the Crown Fast Mobile Park and the supporter now over the Mamma send the city or
patronage in Akofom. Sir, Maestro, say everybody in this world wants to identify himself with a winning team. To me, catch yourself patronage the same like last season. But we are talking to them. I don't have the supporters to go on your meeting. I'm yet to meet them. 7:30 in 30 minutes. 7 minutes. And I'm yet to meet the leadership. The die-hard fans every day they are your mobile stadium. But we are putting our heads together to make sure that we come back in any way.
But the supporters of Samates, they na Omo Kandiafa Abrantie Isaac Afo, your friend Black Stars when you're playing time kakra nano nra game local Black Stars with Dinamo or Bono Wadre. Fans need to say Homa Abrantie no.
Oh, fans are strong. Nra crowd that sports stadium be by a bet for Nabaso. Or small fan group and no more stadium. I think an EGNO is not only for your supporters, but for the young ones in Boy. So, who said, so me that should be meeting your comment. It is an inspiration to the young ones, an inspiration to the rest of colleagues to work hard, and eventually, and as you said, the supporters are very, very happy.
Very well. Dog, me knew but regarding officiating, there was a tackle and no kakrebi and sana. Yako, nano na referees no complain. He say started season you cry no. Umusika from March day 1 copy March day 14. F no into ya maomo. And no bring the question of whether integrity a bit me are intact at the moment because yetete as a more club officials minimum fair referees and more kakrashum butum abraya 2 mudin so moment officiate games no. And he say a basse na federation into ya omokana. Not just say you have open doors for say administrators mo ma omo kakra and I say mo private referees no e kakra. Na no ma mimisa samates mo tuya bi da.
Hey, Maestro.
No.
I think Makotu ya bibi sada nka obete.
Amuntu ebi da on.
Baby.
Na Edmond Mfanko ana anye Edmond edeko.
Edmond ono bia me wechi ane ka obede nyeska ko mo bi.
Ebi a we the table so na onya sign pen and ko no edeko.
Oh, Debbie, anya no credit.
Okay.
Yeah, no credit. But I mean, from corporate point of view, my answer question from corporate point of view, definitely, untia because you're demotivated, definitely. And I think it's not right. I don't know the referees, but definitely almost be a correct. I'm sure they have to sleep in a hotel, they have to take transportation. That is the fact. I can only urge the FSA Omunchia or more. But what I know is that most of our players referees are also not just professionals. The European, most of them are these teachers. Definitely more kakra or more pre-financing. I haven't heard say Obi Baba be match and when you scapa it is hardly anything. I call referee no because when you scapa. So from one case more referee na be a part-time business. They have money, but that is not an excuse. I think whatever they promise, the officials do well to pay them.
Now, my performance this season, I saw a Nikakra.
Oh yes, I have to be very frank. I cannot complain about any officiating. I don't complain about any officiating. But of course, I want to compare Europe VR near the it affects the referees, the gadgets there. So I don't want to say because they're good, we should remain high. If you look at their counterparts outside, so many gadgets, press, so many things to help them to make decisions. So, they are limited.
Very well. Dog, I don't pay. The Edibeja Kwan say, ye bo abaso pa kwan sonko so ewo ekwan Oremua yen sports no and summer test. In fact, the influencer the kutao Ghana hano. In fact, yadia overwhelming yadia so nipa and yebejina kwenye so na yadawa se na yedi abaso bokese pa edi ama na no yate se no Metro TV for so awards bi crown so and also so wudin apie match say abaso no gusu a o gene kese pa enti no pay yede nyame nhira ne afisha pa kese and yegyina basoboy so na yede ama say when yedi nkobo live here wo Asempa 94.7 so
yo maestro spread that the multimedia especially Asempa and the dia madwi one amabone maybe the samurai boy and obviously samurai to be in Sakotu but this so my farm feed so na me ndama be Mr. Baby Asempa here media mileage in the publicity
Asempa
FM the BLB Asempa BT of Ghana in Timoka one yenya that the public public image very good public image ntia da masi bebre
nyame hia bebre kwa
coach ni ba so amana
Christopher Nimba on Bye-bye. Dr. Richard Nsenkyire, President, FC Summer Test 1996. And I don't